All right, guys, I want to do a quick video about your gray man camp, which is a huge thing that is very important in the game. Now, you can go through the whole game without doing this. Obviously, you don't need to engage that much with it, other than maybe some of the quests give you certain benefits, but you do get an artifact for every person that you recruit, which is nice. But really, you're missing out tons and tons in the game if you are not going through these camp quest lines. And let me show you why. First off, you're going to want to progress through the game as far as I think a lot of the development of the game is tied directly to your camp. But there's a lot of other reasons that make the camp very, very good. For instance, having all the vendors in your own camp so you don't have to keep fast traveling all over the dang place. That is not ideal to do that. That is a huge reason for developing your camp. So, on that note, we're going to go ahead and show you what I think this is the third upgrade in the camp. So you've got other little side quests like these, which develop some of your relationships with your guys, and they also give you XP and give you stuff. It's a lot of ways, and it's kind of a tutorial to show you where you get stuff, but you're missing out on a huge thing if you don't have the camp. As you get more and more guys, not only do you get your own vending stations at your camp, but you have a little house across the way that, for all intents and purposes, seems like just a place you store your furniture. But as you can see here, like, look at all the vending items, all the stations you get in your camp once you develop it. You know, you get a farm, you get a ranch, you get a wagon, you know, you've got your own stable master, you got a dispatch coordinator, provision, etc., etc. You've got a blacksmith, you got barbers, you got everything once you start developing your camp up. But the big question has always been like, well, really, what good is the house? You know, you have the house that's separate from your camp, other than decorating it and putting furniture. It seems like it's just kind of an RP thing, right? But it's more than that, and I'm gonna show you why that is. um, Rancher's really nice to have. You can get your own meat. Farm, you can grow your own nexus. What are those nexus seeds that you make the gears out of? You can grow that sort of stuff. So yeah. Now I'm gonna bounce on over to the house and show you that it's not just a place where you store your furniture at, because funny enough, the game really doesn't go out of its way to tell you this, but some of the furniture is not really just furniture. For instance, you can get your own cauldron. You can get your own advanced cooking station. Those two items alone make this little cabin that's separate from your camp just a tremendous benefit, because those two items are kind of scattered around the map. You got to go to a witch's den to use a cauldron. You have to go to like Hernan Castle to use a cook station, or, you know, basically you have to leave your camp to do this stuff. And that's just not ideal. Here you have a furniture item, the cauldron, and a furniture item that's a cooking griddle. Now, they don't tell you that this is a crafting station, but they are. So they're listed as furniture, a placeable furniture item. So as you can see in the advanced cooking grill, you can make all the stuff, the advanced foods that you're going to need mid to late game. You can get away with a lot of the lesser stuff in early game, but that you can cook in the little pot. But this thing, the advanced cooking station, is really where it's at. And you're going to see why this is. I mean, as your health pool gets larger and the enemies get harder, you're going to need to be able to fill your health pool faster with better and better foods. So it's important to know where to get these items, because there does not appear to be a quest saying, hey, you want to get this or that, go here. So I'm going to show you right here where you can get these things. Now, it's a big map. I oftentimes get a little scatterbrained on where I picked these things up originally. So I believe the sawmill, I'm looking for it right now. I know it's here somewhere as I look around. All right, there we go. Timber Ham Sawmill. That's where you're going to get the cauldron. So that's item number one that you want. So you can make your potions, you can make your Palmer pills, you can, make all the stuff that you normally would, stamina stuff. I believe the cauldron's where you make all your stamina things. So we're going to bounce over to the nearest fast travel point, and then we got to run over to Timber Ham Sawmill. There is a furniture guy vendor there. There is another furniture guy that is over in Paloon, and I'm looking for that right now. I believe it is west of, yeah, there we go. So Began, that's the one. He has a furniture vendor. He's the one that's gonna sell you the advanced cooking station for your house. So a lot of times people, they don't show very well on a map. They show a brief instance of it, and so you got to watch a little 2-second clip over and over to try to find it. So I try to show a little more of that so that you can see there's a furniture guy, right? Furniture shop right by the sawmill. Timber Ham Sawmill. You need to go there to get the cauldron first. So I'm going to have my guy run on over there. I should put an X mark on it so I can see. I tell you, get lost in this game, turned around so much. It is a incredibly massive world that they have built here. They said it was, 2 times the size of the map in Red Dead Redemption 2. And all of us have played probably one of the Red Dead Redemption games, but the Red Dead Redemption 2, it's a big dang map. So you kind of, if you're looking for something in particular, you might lose it, And right now, we're going to try and bounce over to that thing and show you where this furniture vendor is. Because it's little things like this that really are going to change how well you enjoy the game. If you constantly have to fast travel in the game to do little things, it's going to get annoying, right? So let's cut some of the annoyance out of the game and make it more user-friendly. And I'm going to get turned around here because I didn't put a X marks the spot. So probably a good idea to do that. Whenever you want to travel someplace, it's always nice to move your X so that you have something on your mini map to tell you you're going in the right direction. Because constantly backtracking gets annoying. I do love the music in this game. They use some beautiful instruments. I believe that's like a hammer dulcimer, which is a Irish instrument. I used to play a bit of hammer dulcimer, and I wish I'd bought the instrument. It's like the predecessor to a piano. It's a board that has strings on it, like a guitar, but you hit them with a wooden spoon. So good on you, Irish. You made a really cool sort of instrument. All right, so without further eloquence, we're going to bounce over to this guy. And there is your furniture vendor. And it's always at the bottom. I don't know why, why they're hiding the usable furniture item at the bottom. As you can see, it's all this stuff is just regular furniture. And there's your cauldron. 48 silver. Not cheap early game, but you know, what's convenience worth? Besides, there's a lot of ways to make quick silver gold in this game. Pickpocketing. All right, so next is our northern crafting station, which again is west of the Frost Spire. Beacon, that's the one. We're going to go over there and we're going to show you this. I actually stumbled on this guy in one of the conquest missions. I just, was curious. I wonder what this furniture guy sells. Otherwise, I'd have never seen this. I'd have never known that this is the guy that sells the advanced station. By the way, one of the witches is hanging off this bridge later in the game, so that's how you find the witch. She's hanging on that bridge. So west of Frostspire, I'm going to show you this slowly so that you don't have to keep rewinding a little section of the video, and which I've had to do for other creators, because they show it so briefly and then move on that you got to watch a 3-second clip over and over and over. So, Beacon, directly west of the Frostspire. If you don't have Frostspire unlocked, well, you can look at the rivers and figure out about where I'm talking about. It's also east of the P and Paloon. They had a nice thing too. The check marks on the caves that you've done, that's a nice touch, because it was really hard to tell which caves you'd done and which caves you had not. So Frostspire, west, and east of Paloon, if you follow that river along, you will eventually run into Beacon. So, Beacon as a furniture vendor. If you see that broken bridge, you'll know and all the fall trees, you're in the right spot. Over here is where I stumbled into the guy. And I do believe, he's on the far end here. Very quiet, hidden in the corner. And if you go into this guy's inventory, you can now check what he has. Again, all the Fufra furniture, it's all at the top, and the station's hidden at the bottom. Nope, not sell. No, buy. There we go. Yeah, some cool stuff, but that is what you're looking for. Cooking griddle. Advanced cooking station is what it should say. So, anyway, it probably needs a separate icon, like maybe a little hammer and something next to it to show that it's actually a crafting station. I would recommend that Prolibus do that for stuff like that is usable. There's a lot of things that there is a distinct lack of hand-holding in the game, to the point where everybody's making videos on stuff that they found, kind of like this. I mean, I found this on my own. I just stumbled into it. So yeah. So hopefully this will allow you not to have to just stumble into it. So you can go find it immediately, put it in your house, and then you'll realize that your house is not just for storing furniture. It has actual value to you to have these two stations, which will make your life infinitely better. So, yeah, with that, we will call this a day. Adios, guys. Throw me a sub or a like. Subscribe. The usual. I'd appreciate it immensely. Thank you, and goodbye.